So I want to show you something right now. You see this? Hopefully we can come up to it without the dogs going after it. But I'm going to flip the screen around at this moment. You see that? You see this? That right there, I hope you're seeing it. That right there, there's Izzy and Babs. Right there is a turtle. And I think that this is an important thing for all of us to remember when we look at this. So this turtle can travel a long ways, and they do. I often see them all over the place. Some places that's pretty far from water. And you're thinking, how the heck did they walk over there? And it seems like it's unbelievable sometimes that they might be like half a kilometer away from a pond. And you're like, how the heck did they get there? But here's the thing, they get there. And I want you to sort of remember that as you're going about your day and you're thinking about trying to get to someplace quicker, and you're sort of exasperated that you're actually not getting there anytime soon, is that they get there. Those turtles, they get there. And we need to remember that a lot of what we actually do, a lot of what we do in this world takes a long time. It's slow, it's tedious, and it doesn't necessarily move very quickly. And we have to remember to have patience whenever we are looking at the world around us and try to be like the turtle, that they're on this path where they're going to eventually get to some place by simply just walking forward. Good morning. And we just have to keep going towards that particular path. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Maslock. I'm an Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship, and I created this whole Reciprocity Project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor forward to help you out as much as I possibly can. So, as I'm building out the Reciprocity platform, right? So you probably have heard the story. It started out as I built this app. I thought, hey, wouldn't this be a wonderful idea to make my work easier and make everybody's work easier by building an app, right? Or building a platform. So I built it out. I got contract developers on the internet, and nothing worked. There was nobody that was willing to go on it, reciprocity.com, and I had to keep building this thing out, and I didn't know what to do. There was no traction at all with people. Good morning. There was no traction at all with people going to the website. So I was like, okay, that is a problem. So one of my friends had mentioned, well, why don't you do YouTube videos? And I started doing them, and I gravitated towards realizing, wait a minute, there's a lot of life stuff that we would like to learn about and think about. And, not only my life stuff, but everybody's life stuff. And I think that's part of the issue that I realized as I was doing it. It's not necessarily that I'm a bad writer or anything like that. I don't know how to do good work. It's dealing with all of this sort of nonsense that we go through when we're working on something that takes a long time. And we lose faith in ourselves, and we think that we can't do this thing, and it's just far too far in the future. So what you have to realize is that, hey, wait a minute, I can actually do this. And as I've gone about doing this and building more of what I would consider like all of it, right? Like the YouTube, and now I've got like 30,000 followers on TikTok and LinkedIn. I was just looking at like how many people see this stuff. 300,000 people in the last year, like pretty crazy. And what I've realized is that all of this is just dealing with the day-to-day grind of wanting to get to some place quickly and realizing that it just takes a lot longer than you think it's ever going to take, and learning to have that patience as you're doing this, as you're moving along, realizing that, hey, wait a minute, I'm okay with who I am. Just like that turtle back there. They're okay with who they are, with what they are doing. And we have these sort of perceptions where people are gonna, make fun of you or say that you're a failure or say that you're a disaster because things aren't working in the right direction. And that seems like that, right? Like people make fun of turtles all the time. They're too slow. They don't get anywhere. They're kind of trotting along, all of that kind of stuff, right? Just like everybody else, right? We have these sort of perceptions of everybody is making fun of me. However, just like the turtle, you get to that place eventually. And I think that's where you need to sort of realize is that you could be like that turtle and you get there eventually, and it doesn't matter how you actually get there, right? Like you could be doing all sorts of bizarro things that are untypical. I use an iPhone to do these things. I have contract developers in India, and that would be considered illegitimate in America because they're not American. I am just a dude with, I'm just me. I'm just a regular old person. I don't know anything. I really don't. But I'm going to do this. That is what I've learned is you could be you, and the difference between you, the hero, and you, the person that is just like everybody else, is that hero sits down and actually does the work every day, and they grind it out every day. So although that there's only a few people every day using the Reciprocity platform, which is amazing, I think it's like 30, 40 people a day now. That's pretty good, right? But it's only 30 to 40 people a day, right? Like that's like a classroom. But although there's only that little bit, we're gonna keep working at it, plugging away at this thing, adding more features, doing more things. And even though the whole community, my, academic research community, they probably think I'm some sort of quack. They probably think that, who is this person? They probably think all sorts of stupid things, right? Like this person is just a kid. They're not at a legitimate university. They are, they're a wreck. Like if they've got all this stuff. I had all those stupid comments, all of those kind of things as I've been doing this, all of them. But you know what? I do it anyways. I say screw you to all of those people that don't believe in this project and believe in me. And I just keep walking forward. If they're not going to support you, that's okay. And you got to be like that turtle. You notice turtles don't go in herds, right? Like there's not a great big herd of turtles walking around. Sometimes they might have one or two other turtles that are beside them, right? They're little kiddos and stuff, but they don't go in herds. They're by themselves. They're walking forward to wherever they need to go to. And I think you need to remember to do that too, is that you're as strong as a turtle. You don't have to worry about all that outside stuff. They have this nice hard shell. You can create your nice hard shell as well and walk forward and just do the thing that you need to do. And I want you to remember, this is super important. If you see other people do this, and it doesn't matter what it is, if you've seen other people do this and you can make an analogical comparison between you and somebody else, whatever that analogical comparison is, you make an analogy, right? You can say, hey, I see myself in that person. And they have gotten to some place. You should be able to, too. You can do this, too. Remember, over and over and over again, you can do it, too. And by the time all those other people that think that you're somehow legitimate and illegitimate and all that kind of stuff, the time they start paying attention to what's going on, it's too late. You are already there. So keep going. Don't worry about everybody else. And just put in the work. Take care and go be a turtle.